Hello everybody, this is Miss Boom, here to give you another astro video. And so today we're going to be talking about Jupiter in Pisces. Yes, Jupiter is currently transiting Pisces, and currently I believe it's at the 1st degree, and it's going to make it to the 2nd degree, and then on June the 20th it's going to retrograde and it's going to go back into Aquarius, which it will be there until December-ish, okay? And then it's going to go back into Pisces next year, where it will stay in beautiful Pisces for a year. And as you know, Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces, so Jupiter loves being in Pisces, okay? And so I'm just going to go over some things you can expect, how you can find this in your chart. So how you will be able to map this is that you will find out what house you have Pisces in, and then you will look at the 1st degree of Pisces, and that is exactly where Jupiter will be at for you currently. And you can see the themes of that house, etc., and how that, plays out for you specifically. Okay, so let's get into it. So Jupiter in Pisces, the planet of expanding wherever it touches. Wherever Jupiter is at is going to expand. It's the planet of expansion, okay? And that doesn't mean that it has to be on a particular level or anything like that. It literally just does that wherever, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, etc. Okay? Also, Jupiter deals with faith. It deals with spiritual knowing and universal understandings, okay? It also deals with wealth, blessings, and opportunities being open, okay? And so spiritual protection, okay? And that is the major one because Jupiter is the spiritual planet, right? So if it is giving you expansion, if it's giving you universal knowledge, if it's giving you spiritual knowing, etc., it also denotes the spiritual protection as well, okay? Now, a lot of people talk about Jupiter being wealth, Jupiter being luck, money. All those things are true. However, as you know, you can't have you can't have too much of anything, right? Because that cannot be good. And that's the same thing with Jupiter. One of the other sides of Jupiter is that it can enlarge to where it's too much, right? Whether that be physically speaking, whether that be mentally, pretty much any facets of anything where it touches. It can just be too much, okay? So for example, if you have Jupiter in the 4th house, okay, natally, or transiting right now, if you have Pisces in the 4th house, okay? The 4th house deals with the home, comforts, right? Relaxation, okay? And also with that, also denotes to things that make you feel, at home or comfortable, like food, you know what I'm saying? And so even though Jupiter could be giving you, gifts there as far as like ancestral knowledge, making sure that your home stuff is always like taken care of, that your family is taking care of you. It can also denote to where it's too much of that stuff, to where now you have, too much influences from your family onto yourself, right? Or you partake into too many comforts in your home. You know what I'm saying? You like to relax too much to where now you may not want to move, right? And so this is just something, or it can also denote to overeating too, okay? Because that's a Cancer house. It can also denote to overeating or eating too much all the time or even late at night, hence why it's under the horizon. That's just the example, okay? And so it's always important to know where you have the transiting Jupiter at, because depending on what house it's in, you can see where you need to keep that in check, where you need to keep that over expansion in balance, right? Okay. And also too, you can forget your blessings, right? You can forget that you have spiritual protection. You can forget that you have wealth opportunities, right? You can forget your faith. Okay, this also denotes to the duality, the other aspect, the shadow aspect of Jupiter, okay? And so you want to make sure that you're not forgetting your blessings, okay? Don't forget the opportunities that you have. Don't forget the spiritual knowledge that you have, learned along the way or have had instilled in you. And don't forget your faith in yourself, right? Your confidence in yourself. Because if it's negatively aspected, you can have these particular issues as well. Now, if you have Pisces in the 7th house, right? Jupiter's gonna be here. Yeah. Okay, so you can see an expansion as it pertains to, your relationships, as it pertains to love, as it pertains to a potential marriage, as it pertains to business, opportunities, business, connections, etc. And also you creating opportunities that involve you connecting with other people, you being able to maximize your wealth, your luck, your talents, business endeavors, all those things. Okay, however, the other side of that is that you could be overly concerned. Okay, you may have people who are overly concerned with the inner workings of yourself, your private life, wanting to get to know all the ins and outs of you, like all those things, to where it can be obsessive. You may even have somebody who may be obsessive over you, that may try to like intertwine with you or try to connect with you where you may not want to. Okay, another way that can play out too, with Jupiter being in the 7th house, is that you can also be under the influence by others, right? Someone else or other people could influence you spiritually, or influence you as it pertains to drugs as well, or different forms of escapism. Because that also, the other aspect of Jupiter in the 7th house would be open enemies, right? Because 7th house deals with like known enemies, and so this could be, maximizing that to where now it seems as if you have more enemies now, or you may have had more people that you knew who didn't like you behind the scenes, and now they're starting to make that more known to you. So that's another way that can manifest as well. Okay, also too, you could be getting a lot of downloads as it pertains to different spiritual knowings, as it pertains to the inner workings of a relationship, and not just within other people and you connecting with other people, but within yourself as well. Okay, and so that's just one way how that can manifest. And so you want to make sure that you find out what house you have Pisces in. Find the first degree, and that is exactly where Jupiter is transiting at for you. Okay, and I hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned for another astro video, and y'all take care. Bye.